By 2020, millennials will make up a third of all adults in the United States. You may be familiar with some of their alternative names such as Generation Y, the Boomerang Generation, and my personal favorite, Generation Me. Basically, they are those born between the early 80s and the 2000s. That will make them between the ages of 15 and 34. Millennials are the latest generation to emerge according to reports. Before them, it was Generation X, or people born between the 60s and the 80s, smaller in population size and a little more conservative. Before that came the baby boomers, born between the 40s and the 60s, named after the population spike after World War II. Before them, it was the silent generation, whose members grew up in hard times like the Great Depression and McCarthyism. And let's not forget about the early 1900s and the greatest generation of them all, known for fighting the Nazis and boosting our economy. Now let's bring it back. A Brookings Noun study shows that by 2025, millennials are expected to dominate 75% of the workforce. Their defining characteristics, according to a White House study, shows that they are known for exposure to the internet during formative years, more education and racial diversity than ever before, and unfortunately, coming to age during a recession. Higher levels of unemployment have plagued them worse than previous generations. A 2012 Pew study found that 7 out of 10 Americans across all age groups feel that today's youth had a harder time finding jobs, saving for the future, paying for college, and paying for a house than earlier generations. So what's the meaning behind all of this? Well, for one, I personally feel that millennials don't get the credit that they deserve. With the increase in technology, racial diversity, and the amount of education obtained over the years, as long as we keep up with a clear mind and positive outlook, millennials have the power to create a whole new world. Which brings me to the topic of student stress. As I previously mentioned, millennials have a tremendous amount of responsibilities to keep up with, including schoolwork, social groups and organizations, part-time jobs, and so on. With so many factors and influences flooding our daily lives, it is important to keep up with a clear mind. I spoke with two of Clarion University's leading advocates for mental health, Tom Chrisman and Joseph Krosky. Between the two, we were able to conclude that mental health is a serious part of making it through your day-to-day tasks.
So this middle area would be where this side is eustress and this side is distress.
There are many types of good stressors and bad stressors. The important thing is to know that you are in control. Joseph Krosky had this to say.
The same thing, right? We're both fighting on this side and the enemy's over there, and we haven't really seen any enemy yet. But one person is so worried about the idea that there's going to be enemy over there and they might shoot me, they might kill me, they might drop gas from the sky on me, that person decides I can't take it. And so we had to send him back, right? So, we're all in the same situation, but this one person, because of the way their mind and all of our minds work, we worry about things that we don't know about, right?
We tend to shelter our feelings as a coping method. We tend to ignore help, or for that matter, not even notice it. But inside of being the redemption shot in this lifelong game of beer pong, it is essential to us and our nation's future that we stop, take a deep breath, and get buckets. If you're currently a student suffering from mental health issues or know someone suffering from mental health issues, please seek assistance. I mean, we only get one shot.